Let's bring our hands together and tune in. Thanks for your patience on that. We'll have it down to a system back next time. Press palm into palm, sit back into your sit bones. Let the shoulders draw back behind you so that the chest can be broad and wide. Lift the elbows up, push them forward slightly. You want to frame hands to heart, heart to hands, and pressure between the palms of the hands. Like you're putting your hands together and you're doing that with intention. And so there's a pressure there, an intentional pressure that you're creating this circuitry tonight. Inhale. And exhale. Let's add our sound current and tune in. Deep inhale. Om. And exhale your air, please. For protection, inhale. Pull the root lock. And exhale. And just a reminder, that it's Ad Gudeda Meh, not May. So all of those end Ad Gudeda Meh, Jagad Gudeda Meh, Sat Gudeda Meh, Siddhi Gurudeva Meh. You'll hear it and you'll think it's A, the way the sound closes off, but it's that vowel. Come to all fours, cat, cow. It took me a long time to unlearn it because I'm so very accurate in retrospect. And I would be like, oh, I did it again. Can I go back and start over? And then every time you do it, you're kind of reinforcing that way, whatever that way is. I don't want to say it's the wrong way, but the less accurate, I suppose, way. All right. It's been an interesting week or so. We had the 11/11 portal, and then we had that full moon that was a super moon, so powerful, all that Taurus energy coming through. We had the Tuesday transition of Pluto into Aquarius, and today's shift into Sagittarius, finally out of those deep emotional waters of Scorpio. We've got Mars going retrograde, or Mercury, sorry, going retrograde on the 26th, so it's not quite over. But I was talking to a friend of mine who doesn't really follow astrology, and I said, how you doing? And she said, well, this week, all of a sudden, I feel like so zippy, like I'm just galloping along. And I laughed. I said, that's so funny because this morning I saw this meme about, Pluto goes into Aquarius, and it was a horse like running along a beach, like finally free, and the mane and the tail all blowing in the wind, and just the lengthening of the stride, and what it feels like to be in the element and free of your shackles, and just moving forward within your truth. And that's she used the word galloping, and I saw that horse in my head. And I hope you get a little sense of that. I hope it's been a good transition for you. I hope it's working well for you. Sometimes I feel like, oh, for everybody but me. And then I think, well, I do have permission. I do have permission to stay stuck. I do have permission to be grumpy or discontented. Hopefully some movement tonight. We're doing some active Kriya work and then a very deep meditation. So I'd love to provide you with an experience that just allows you to see the way for a more joyful, liberated, sovereign experience. All right, that's well done. Belly down, chin up, inhale, and pull from the root so that you get more pressure at the third eye. Exhale, curl tuck in the opposite direction, please. Press, press, press it out. Press it all out. And then inhale, flat back. And exhale, rest back. Hips to heels. And the palms of the hands touching. And we stir things up, and then we're asking really intentionally with the palms touching, the thumbs touching, the index fingers touching, the middle finger, the ring finger, the pinky finger, like press them together with that kind of intentional effort that you did at the very, tune in. And then feel for the forehead, and maybe even rock the head so you can get that very intentional pressure on the third eye mark where the vagal nerve is. And breathe all the way back into the sit bones so that the lengthening of the spine that's available to you is really actualized. And we're asking the energy to establish, to set, to arrange, to structure itself just this way. And if you feel like this is it for you tonight, then just stay. It's okay. If you're moving along with me, it's seated in a cross-leg ego eradicator. The fingers are going to curl into the little pads at the upper palm of the hand there. The thumbs extend 60 degrees. It's okay to be a little bit lower. Better to be a little lower and the arms straight than to be up here with bent elbows, because the energy doesn't really flow through those 90 degrees as well. Breath of fire. And glide your shoulder blades behind you so that the chest is a bit broader. Lean back into your sit bones, send the back of your head towards the back wall slightly. It's a micro movement. And think easy peasy, so that the breath of fire is a very gentle flutter of the belly. And you've cleared the halfway mark. So if the arms are starting to get heavy, stretch into them and glide the hands back just a tiny bit. Get more space through the armpits, then access that from the inside by breathing in and out through the sides of the lungs. The more you're able to relax, and the more we can unravel that deep held tension through the transverse fascial lines, the deep front line, then the more even the side ribs will start to kind of dance with the rhythm of your breath. You're opening up your intra-abdominal pressure. Unlock that and you'll be on your way to free of back pain. Nicely done. Take a deep inhale breath and then bring your thumbs up to touch each other. Hold the breath in, lift from the pelvic floor, stretch your fingers up and splay them. And stretch, stretch as tall as you can stretch. Hold the air, let the pressure build. If it's challenging, then sip in more air. And as you exhale, clear through the aura all the way down, wide open arms. Anchor the finger pads, inhale. Exhale deep beneath you. Whoa, you okay there? Yeah. All right. All right, we're coming into, hope he's okay. We're gonna come into triangle pose, which is a down dog. You're gonna be a little shorter in your stance because you'll want more stability. So hands up to the front. You can pull back the corners of your blanket and use a little grippy on the mat if you'd like, or take the hands under the blankets for the floor if that's more helpful. This is strengthening the aura, the right leg lifts. And an inhale all the way to the tip of the right heel. Yeah, I think you've got the idea. I would go more like leg parallel to the floor. Then as you exhale, bend both elbows like the crown of the head is going to come to the mat. But it doesn't touch, just towards the mat, just a little. And then inhale, straight the arms and push the heel up higher. Exhale, bend the elbows and take the little dip. If you can get the hips to square off, you'll have more core engagement. You'll have more strength and support in the musculature to kind of manage it. If it's not in your practice, if you're like, whoa, this is way too far from where I am right now, come to all fours, take one leg behind you, and do your little elbow bends there. Exhale, the elbows bend, inhale, they straight up. And this is a 3 exercise little mini set called Strengthening the Aura. We're going to use it to warm up, and then we'll be practicing the Kriya for self-care. We're preparing ourselves for the intelligence meditation because we want to establish a mindset for this new era that we're living in. We want to establish a mindset of intelligence, neutrality, wisdom, elevated perception, elevated perspective, that's it. And with those things come the real power of the times. So we need strong body, strong mind, and we'll work towards strengthening spirit here. Bend the elbows and then straighten the elbows. I know what it feels like. So, when I say I feel you, I do. I surely do. And there's 10 more seconds, so if you could bend and straighten the elbows just, I don't know, maybe 4 more times. All right, switch legs now. Right leg down, left leg up. And if you can inhale down the length of your left leg, and then bend the elbows on the exhale and use each aspect of breath. And make the breath so very powerful for you. One of the things that we want to get accustomed to in these times is using our pranic power to fuel us. We're very accustomed to gritting our way through, to using our willpower to force ourselves into it. And when we start talking about 5-year goals, 10-year plans, goals and objectives and database, this and that, it's really like this mindset of I'm going to make this happen. And we don't need to be in that efforted relationship with life anymore. We can really come to the breath and use the breath, the flow of the breath, the pranic power to bend and straighten the arms and to come through the experience with our grace, because you can do this. You can definitely do this. You can definitely do it for, 20 more seconds. That's not a problem. Powered by breath. Breathe bigger. Good, now I can hear a little breath in the room. So I know you've got some gas in the tank to see you through. Very good. All right, 2 feet down, 2 knees down, forehead down. Guru Pranam, go right back there. Palms touching. And this isn't really one of the 3 exercises. I'm just giving you a break because, like I said, I know what it feels like. When you're ready, come on up to easy sit. This is going to be a mudra with the hands that we're going to be creating together. So easy sit is just fine. The left hand comes out like you're going to grab a pole. My left hand is thumbs up, and my palm of my hand goes to the right. That's the right. So your left hand's going out, and the palm goes to the right. Right? The right hand comes underneath and then flips. So my thumb is down. Now both palms are facing the right. Are they? Both hands have the palms facing the glass doors. And then right hand under and sneaks behind, curl the fingers together, hook the thumbs in. Do you see what you've got there? Like this funky little thing, right? Inhale up to about like third eye brow, so you've got this 60-degree angle, and then exhale down to, not all the way dropping, but like to this navel center point. So inhale up and exhale down, and inhale up and exhale down. It doesn't say to go fast, and it doesn't say to go slow. It says to breathe powerfully. And so once again, we're playing this little mind game of, can the breath power the body? If you try to muscle your way through it, you're definitely going to feel a burn pretty quick. What I do is my habit is to muscle my way through, and then once I feel the burn, I think, oh, use your breath, right? So you can start right with the breath and kind of stay ahead of the sensation. The elbow stays straight, which is exactly what I see. You're doing very well. The breath is very deep, very intentional. There's a power to it. The aura, in a healthy way, can be 9 feet around the body. It's an energetic field that we all have. Everybody has it. Whether you believe in it or not, you have an auric field. And for some people, of course, it's really collapsed and distorted and doesn't have a lot of vibrancy. But if you move every day, and certainly here you are doing these kinds of practices, you've got an aura. So we're going to strengthen and enliven the aura today. And you might find if you make a stop somewhere on the way home that you walk into the store or the restaurant or the friend's house or wherever you're going, and people look up and they notice you because your energy is more vibrant and it grabs their attention. And that's really what we want. We want to have this sense of energetic command. 25 seconds. The aura is also very protective. And so if your aura is very strong, there will be a very clear delineation at the end of the auric field, almost like there's some sort of a boundary or a wall or a thickening shell or skin around the edge of it. And any negativity will just, kind of flick and bounce right off. They won't be able to permeate. Inhale, arms up and stretch and hold the breath. The thank goodness pause, and then exhale, release and relax and shake the arms. That was one thing I noticed about my aura picture when she was here, is that my aura had, it just sort of dissipated, the pre-picture. The post-picture, it had a very clear delineation. And it's after the practice, the aura was stronger, more defined, All right, so the arms are going to go from this in front of the heart, palms facing each other but not touching, to back here. And do you see how they kind of drop low? So they're going to swing back down and low. This is your inhale, exhale, exhale. So it doesn't say fast, it doesn't say slow, it says to breathe deeply. And so use a strong breath. And the inhale is the arms open, so you can feel stretched across the fronts of the armpits and kind of expand this front area where the electromagnetics of the heart are so strong. And then as you exhale and come closed, you're just clearing that out so the energy can be clear and concentrated. On our feet after this, so we're getting this upper body auric work, and then we'll do some movement through the legs for the grounding and the Apana Vayus. there's the physical, literal movement of the arms. There's the breath. And then there's the mental awareness of the arms moving. So if you find that you need a little break from the physical movement of the arms, just use the breath and the mental awareness. See if that's a way to practice it tonight. And the brain doesn't really know the difference between actually doing it and imagining you're doing it, so you're getting practice. When I need to do that, I call that staying in the practice. So even if you take a break, you're staying in the practice mentally and through the pranic flow, as well as through your presence here as part of the collective. Inhale to the out, exhale to the close, and then stretch the arms longer, breathe in and stretch. And exhale, relax. Feel around you and within you, and if you have any sensory evidence of your aura. A little pulsing or tingling of the electromagnetics around you. You're probably sensitive enough to feel that. I would expect you can. All right, we're coming up to the feet, so come to stand. And cross the arms under the ribs. And then this is a little jump kick like river dance. We did this at the Saturn thing. Yep, hop and jump. Yep. And just hold the ribs nice and tight, arms into your body. And just do this little dancing, kicking. I'll do it in case she wants to see it. I better get you on the clock. I mean, as fun as it is, it'll be easier. It'll be easier with the music a little louder. Let me do that for you first. There you go. We're not going to overdo it. We're just going to do probably 4 or 5 minutes of this little cardio lift. Okay, with the whole cardio thing. It's grounding. It encourages the flow of the fluids and the energetic streams down the lower body. Sometimes when we're the least grounded, we feel the heaviest and the lumpiest. So that's not the kind of grounded I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of grounded where you're in rebound relationship with the earth. You don't get grounded so that you can just slump down into earth. That's like a collapse. You get grounded so that you can draw up from the earth. That's relationship. And our energetic release comes down through the base of the body, through the feet. But the nourishment coming up through the legs is a part of that channeling as well. It's like a rebound of energy. When we release, we get the bounce back up of the energetic charge. Yeah, it looks fun, you guys. Couples night on the screen. That's so cute. I wish I could hear you laughing in the living room. The dogs jumping around, the whole thing's going on. All right, so this was half done. You're half done. Now we're going kick, kick, touch the ground, come up. Kick, kick, touch, come up. Kick, kick, down, up. that mental agitation, the frustrations of the day, they'll come through the mental stream as, isn't this stupid? Like the hands go down like, oh yeah, okay, I'll touch the floor, whatever you say. Like that's just the mental offloading of the frustrations of the day. That actually has very little to do with this exercise. It's just the mental offloading. So if you feel like you need to complain about this and hate it in some way, have at it. It's not personal to this. It's just, you know, when you take the garbage out, you're taking out garbage, that's all. And better to take it out than to have it sitting in there and to be projected at the people you care about at home or your coworkers, or sometimes we even like send that negativity against our own selves in some way. Say yes, it's 20 more seconds. If you have something that you want to get out and burn off, amp it up. Good, Steve. Inhale, hands overhead, 3 claps. 1, 2, 3. Shake it out. Come on down. Yeah, I think it was one of the early lessons. It's probably in my journal from like 2000 or 2001 when I first started practicing at a studio. I would keep a journal. It's like whether I like something or not is completely irrelevant. It's irrelevant to the benefit I get. It's irrelevant to whether I have to do it or not. It's just, it doesn't matter. Like a preference is so, really, I've come to feel like my preferences are less mature than my wisdoms. Does that make sense? Would you say that? Yeah. All right, we're gonna sit on our heels. If you're able, use a bolster to sit up this way if that's gonna be the way that's more helpful. And the hands are going on the top of the head. And the shoulders and the head, this upper body is kind of staying right where it is. Can you feel how your shoulders and your head are over your hips? They're staying right there over the hips. The navel center is going to churn. You can go clockwise, you can go counterclockwise. It doesn't matter. Just pick one direction and stick with it. It doesn't have to be a big circle. Just figure out how you can keep your shoulders and your head right where they are. Your hips as stable as you're able to keep them. And churn in a little tiny circle your torso. You're moving right at the waist. And this is a massage into the liver and also all of the lymphatic material in the gut. So we want to increase blood flow and release toxins. You don't have to make fast circles, they can be pretty slow. You can kind of go deep into the experience and be really, really curious. Keep lifting the ribs up and holding the shoulders still so that you don't get that collapse down and you're trying to, this flattened out, mushed abdomen isn't going to roll. But if you sit up really nice and tall, you'll feel like, oh, like this is all floating above this navel churning here. Sufi grind. hips on heels if you're able to. The heels of the hands, this heel of the thumb pad, heel of the hand, is going to go up under the cheekbone. So it's not like out here under the cheekbone. It has to come all the way across this cheekbone mark. And it'll fit right underneath there, across this whole line of your cheekbone. We want to push up there with some intention, like almost like you wouldn't be able to talk. Enough pressure that you can't even talk. And then the inhale is coming through pursed lips, like a tall drink through pursed lips, and then exhale powerfully through the nose. And all of these pressure points along the underneath of the cheekbone are getting compressed, and all of this vagal nerve tissue is getting massaged. And the lips, when you purse the lips, you want to use your muscles because there are vagal nerve endings all around the lips too. So you want to tighten the muscles around the lips so that the nervous system really gets a definitive signal to just settle down and drop down. When I do it, my chin tends to lift and then my neck gets crunched. So one adjustment I try to make is to push the back of the head to the wall behind me and to bring my chin in slightly, which means there's a little pressure lifting up at the base of the skull there too. So I know there's a lot of stimulation when you're kind of tangled up tight in this. And even though it feels like a really long time, the total time is 2 minutes. You have 30 seconds remaining. That's not a lot of breaths. If you're breathing really deep, it's probably just a few breaths. Nicely done. Last inhale, feel the pressure. Oh, thank goodness. Exhale, release. Hands on your knees. We're breathing the same way, and it's a side bend. Inhale to one direction, pursed lips. Exhale the other direction, out the nose. Push down into the sit bone so you really get some sensation along the side waist. And once again, that massage through the abdominal cavity. The lymphatic, the stretch to the fascia so that the organs can stay free in their home spaces. Increase blood to the spongy tissues. To center, sit up straight, breathe in and breathe out. The Rake Rakanahad mantra is a mantra for protection. It's a reminder that God's with us as we cross the choppy waters of our life here on earth. The choppy waters is the metaphor that's used in the mantra. It's for protection, and it's considered like a victory song, like a song of certainty. Come to lie on your back, arms along your sides. It's a little bit of an extra shavasana, so if you like a bolster on your knees, do that. Just relax as deeply as you're able to. Really take comfort. Tell every muscle in your body it's time to rest. We're safe, we're protected, we're cared for, we're cared about. And let the sound codex of the mantra just permeate every cell of your body. Let it print on your subconscious. Satnam, please deepen your breath. And bring your knees in to rub the hands and the feet together. You have to roll up and down the spine several times. This is the intelligence meditation, and I started practicing this in 2019 when I started Kundalini Yoga teacher training. We did it every day. Rama was doing it every day in their community. And so I practiced it every day, and it was very interesting all the way from 2019 into 2020. And then when COVID shutdown happened, it was very interesting to see my capacity to mentally stay above the situation and to project my vision out and to not get tangled in all the fear and the negative, in the fear and the narrative, you know? And I feel really blessed by this meditation. And when they talk about it being the intelligence meditation, I can't say that I've gotten any smarter in terms of, my math and my spelling isn't much better. But I think the capacity to manage the mind, to have the foresight and the perspective of intelligence was definitely is helped by this meditation. I don't do it every day anymore, but I really feel like maybe I should. Today was inspiring. So the hands come up, peace fingers here by the shoulders. The peace fingers come together and come apart. If you've been practicing for me with a while, we've done this one before. They come together and they come apart. The eyes are closed, the breath is natural. So that's the very simple part. And the fingers kind of go together and apart, not fast, not slow. The sides of the fingers touch each other and then they pull apart. Your index finger is I'm going to get us on the clocks as we're started. The index finger is the Jupiter finger. And the Jupiter is the largest planet. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So anything Jupiter influences is going to be like a couple explanation points after it. It's going to be exaggerated and bigger and better. The middle finger is your Saturn finger. Saturn is small, it has rings. Saturn is the structure, the containment, the organization. And Saturn is known to kind of cut through things, no nonsense style, cut apart things, destructive style. So we are bringing the planets of Jupiter and Saturn together and apart, which brings me to the visualization. Take your two eyes to the back of your forehead center and mentally focus yourself in a visualization of the planets Jupiter and Saturn, responding at the command of your fingertips, moving together and moving apart. See it, see the planets, see what color they are, what shape they are, what size they are, how they move together and they move apart at the command of your fingertips. And concentrate and command your mind to command the planets. You can even leave your body and go out into space, where the planets move at your command, at your instruction. And your mind focuses and demonstrates your intelligence. Please add the breath. Inhale the fingers apart, exhale the fingers together. Please add an intentional breath. Pranic power, move the planets with your breath. Hold the fingers wide and tight, up by the shoulders, up by the ears, hold them up. O-shaped mouth, breath of fire. Inhale. Hold the breath, hold every muscle fiber tight, squeeze up the spinal line. Cannon fire. Inhale. Hold the posture very tight, very firm, very strong. Exhale. And one more inhale. Perfect it. And exhale. Roll the shoulders, roll the neck. Together at your heart. Deep inhale breath. And exhale. May the long-time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And may the pure light within you guide your way on. 3 long satnams. Please inhale. Many blessings, and remember who you are. Satnam. Thank you. Really good. Kick the recording off. We have a very busy